What's up, OQV fam? We are here at Ilekan, our gym with Prince Tundee, and we have an amazing treat for you guys on this podcast, episode 1. All right, stay tuned. What's going on, OQV fam? Welcome to Only Quality Vibes podcast, where we create quality exchanges to lead to a quality life. I'm your host, Damon Martin, and our special guest today is Prince Tundee. What's up, man?
I'm good. I'm super pumped, super excited. Like I was saying before now, I don't know what to expect, but I really feel something powerful and something strong is going to happen in this conversation. So
yes,
super
sir.
Excited. Thank you for having me. Your
Absolutely.
Very first ever episode. I feel very honored.
Yes, very first, episode 1. So, one and only, Prince Tundee, man. Tell us a little about yourself, your backdrop to where you are now.
Yeah, just a little bit about me. I'll give you guys a quick highlight, and then we can go deeper if you want to.
Absolutely.
So, born and raised in Nigeria, I always dreamt of being a professional world-class soccer player. I just felt it in my spirit that, this is the thing that God wanted me to do. But it's one thing to have a dream, and it's another thing to, be in an environment that doesn't support your dream. So for me, I come from Nigeria, whereby things are just by environment, by design, just challenging. It's just tough, right? So anytime kids have dreams, it's almost like it's not going to happen. Most people don't support them. So for me, I was told most of the part of my journey that, I should forget about trying to go chase being a soccer player, trying to forget about being a world-class supermodel. Like, that was the dream for me. And my life has really been about fighting to keep who I truly am. And I can say to today that me embracing and fighting to keep the authentic, the real me, the real I am, who I truly am, has been what has helped me excel in the low times and the high times of my life. So I don't necessarily see low times as bad things. I see them as great things. So for me, it's just embracing who you are, regardless of any moment that you're in your life and your journey. So that's a quick highlight of my life. And today, I feel very privileged to be in a position to be helping a lot of people improve their lives, improve how they look, how they feel, and really taking their own personal life to a whole different level. So I feel very privileged to be able to do that.
Man, appreciate that exchange. And funny stories, like I actually met you in person for the first time after I've witnessed you online for a long time prior to that. Like, I remember years before even meeting you in person, coincidentally, right? Or divinely.
Divinely, man.
You were on Instagram, you popped up on my feed, and I just remember this guy with a heavy accent speaking life to the camera. Not the best quality at the time like you have here, but and I remember, man, giving you a follow. I'm like, this guy, I love his energy, and this is me, in my more mature stage in the fitness industry, impacting people, and I'm seeing like this guy is going to come up, he's going to become who you are today and more, right? Yeah. And so I'm like, give him a follow, start showing us appreciation.
Yeah.
You had no idea that I was even admiring you from afar.
No single idea. Single idea.
Man, years later, I'm just like, witnessing your growth, and then I run into you at City Center. And tell people about that exchange.
Man, I mean, that experience for me was like, I felt when I met Damon that day first, he stopped me. I was like, hey, hold on, are you Prince Tundee? I said, yes, I am Prince Tundee. He said, I've been watching you for a long time now, great energy, positive vibes. And I instantly connected with this guy because he's just like me as well. I feel like I met my other part of me in person, and it was magical. And since then, man, I mean, it's been just great exchange of energy. And I think it's very important in our journey in life is like, if you're a great person, if you do great things, you attract other people just like you or even better, right? So since then, I mean, again, we've both grown in so many different ways, and I'm excited that, I get to even do this with you in your podcast. So yeah, it was an amazing experience seeing you in person. And I'm excited for all the things we're still going to create together too.
100%.
Yeah.
And we're here now at a huge manifestation of yours, Ilekan, right? Ilekan.
Yeah.
Got to say it right.
Yeah.
And what does that stand for?
So Ilekan stands for one house. It means one house, one family, one God, one with yourself. The whole idea behind Ilekan is, me and my brother came together to actually build this establishment, this brand and company that I feel like it's going to not only change so many people's lives, but impact a lot of people in different ways. But it was really created out of the art of, everyone tends to start doing so many different things. He might have a brother or sister, but she's doing this, he's doing that, right? It was the same thing for me. I was deep, heavy into fitness. I'm passionate about what I'm doing. I went to school for mechanical engineering, and, but fitness has always been my passion. Helping people just improve their lives has always been the thing that I just felt connected to. And my brother is specialized in managing, developing, leading, and he's been doing that in corporate. So for us, it was like, man, what can we do to come together as one? Like, we're so separated. Like, why can't we bring the gifts that you have, the gifts that I have? Like, why can't we all come together as one and do something? So it was one of those, it was created as that, as one house. And when we think about it, big scale is, we want everyone when they come in here to feel as one. We want them to feel like they're loved, they're cared for. We thought about you thoroughly before you came in here, right? It doesn't matter the shape, the color, the size. It's when you come in here, we are one, right? When you come into this building, any limitations, I cannot, it's impossible, just leave that out the door. When you come here, anything is possible. So that's like the drive behind it, the meaning behind it. It's like we all are one, regardless of anything that we're doing.
It's powerful. And man, it's just funny how you got two roads, right, of gifting, and you guys came together to create this unique experience for those that you have already impacted, and now it's just going to lead to so much more transformation. And I remember particularly at the time that I met you, you were working with another company.
Yes. And
you were leading big groups. I mean, I feel like your class was probably like the biggest one, and I was like, man, I gotta work with this guy. We gotta get you on for this wellness event.
Absolutely.
And have you lead a big class there. And just seeing how you become so skilled at leading others. Tell us how your gift has made room for you. First, identify your gift. Or however many areas of gifting that you feel you have, and how that has made room for you. Because I'm sure there's people watching that probably don't even know what their gift is, or what their talents are, or what they can become skilled at, and how they can also just become so good at it as you have, to where opportunities that you couldn't even imagine, and those that you could imagine, just seemingly fall in your lap.
Wow.
So tell us about what those gifts are for you, and what those opportunities were for you that kind of transcended you from where you were to where you are now.
No, that's a great question, and it's very loaded too. So I'm going to try to see how I can break this down so people can get a more understanding. So for me, I feel like as I continue to really push myself to, as more as I continue to discover who I am, I feel like I'm unearthing so many other gifts that I have that I don't even know. But part of my journey has always been to just discover more. And one of those things for me was, I always felt at a much younger age that, like I said, part of my dream was to be a supermodel. So I always felt like if you're gonna be a supermodel or actor, you have to be on camera and you have to be comfortable with it. Now, before all of that, right, I'm scared to death of the camera. Literally, I'm not comfortable with it. Everything I'm trying to say is going out the window. I'm feeling nervous, I'm feeling weird. And I knew this much earlier about myself, and that's why I currently encourage people to always self-assess, know more about yourself. So for me, I knew that much earlier, and I was able to start working on it because I knew down the line, this is what I saw, this is what I wanted in my life. So what I did back then was I started to record myself. Every single morning, I'll wake up at like 4:30 in the morning, I'll pick a book, and then I would just put the camera in front of myself, and I would start to read the book in front of the camera. I just did this day after day, week after week, month after month, like 6 months, just straight up grilling myself to just be comfortable. Because a lot of times, because you're not comfortable today, because you're not good today, it doesn't mean tomorrow you cannot be good or phenomenal at something. So for me, I always felt like gift or no gift, talent or no talent, whatever it is that I want to do, I can practice.
Repetition.
I can put in the work. I can repetition. I can put in the reps to get there. So that was my whole mentality. I don't know if I have a gift in communication or not, but people say, hey man, you have a strong, way to just touch people in a very unique way. I don't know if that's a gift or not, but I just know I can put in the reps. That's what I have control over. And I can say that has allowed me to really be able to touch people's lives in different ways more than you ever see on camera, right? But in addition to that, I would say my other gift that I have, again, I really feel like it's really in connecting with people. Mm-hmm. I feel like I effortlessly connect with a lot of people. And in the fitness realm, how I discovered this was I personally, when I started, I was focused on just myself. I was focused on training this guy. I love the art of just working out. It's just beautiful, man. Mm-hmm. Lifting weight, getting stronger, getting in the zone when you train, getting to different levels. Like, I just love that experience. And then I realized while doing this that a lot of people don't experience the same thing. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are rather experience, discouragement. They rather experience, dissatisfaction or not knowing what they're doing. And for me, one of the person, I say this all the time, that truly helped me to discover it was a lady called Victoria Stark. Okay. So this was back in Prairie View A&M, and she led a group fitness program where she trained us how to train people, right? So that was how I started.
Oh, wow.
And when I started, when we went through this program, did the whole thing, she trained us. And initially I sucked at it, but I was just like, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to give my best. I'm going to immerse my whole self in, and I just did that. Immerse myself fully into it, and I realized over time, I got more comfortable with people, my energy. I realized that, okay, I'm a very energetic person. I didn't even know I was a very energetic person until I was serving people and helping other people. Prior to that, honestly, Damon, I was more so self-conscious, a lot of sometimes doubt, sometimes not much confidence, but there's something that happens when you actually serve people. It allowed me to push myself to a different level of growth because I knew, man, I really want to be better at this. I want to be able to really help these people. And people loved it. It was just an amazing experience from then. And I can say me betting on myself, me saying, hey, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to give my best. That has allowed me to be able to work with so many wide range of people to where today, I own my own place where there's so much more that's going to come.
Yeah.
I can say those two things would be my gift and how I've been able to work on them over time. And I would say for someone out there who might not know what their gift is, I think one of the first thing is, don't box yourself into something. Try different things out. For me, trying something new was saying, not focusing on only myself anymore. Let's go learn how to work with other people. And that opened a wide range of people, a wide range of skill for me and purpose. Because that's when I realized, I actually enjoy training people.
Yeah.
I didn't know I liked training people. I never knew that until I started doing it. And I knew that from doing it over and over. So I would encourage people, if you don't know what your gift is, practice, try different things. And when you try different things, ensure to make sure that you don't just quit because you're not good at it. Do it as long as it's required. And gift or no gift, just put in the reps. You get great at it at some point. It might take you longer, but you get there at some point. Yeah.
Man, that was a load. That was amazing.
Thanks.
And man, I know for a fact, like you and me both have like several people who, whether we physically met them or just through audio or books, have inspired us. Like, who are some, just to name a few, some of the most influential people in your lives? I know you mentioned your brother. I know you mentioned, well, I want to know, that's for you to say. I'm going to hold that back.
Yeah, for sure. No, go ahead.
So, who has influenced and impacted you, or maybe you bought courses in that you would definitely recommend others to also like maybe invest? I feel like we can both touch base on one.
Definitely.
Eric Thomas.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of mine. Eric Thomas has been someone who has inspired me and motivated me. I mean, first I'm a self-motivated person.
100%.
But as you get into your self-development journey, it's great to also hear from other people who have done it.
Yeah.
And also see how they did it, right? But Eric Thomas is someone who, I connect with a lot. A lot of his stories is a little bit similar to mine as well. So I connect deeply with Eric Thomas on that level, and just seeing how the level of work ethic, that this man has, it's something that, I strive to be able to get to, but that's Eric Thomas, right? For me, I want to reach my own highest level, but he's someone who has always shown me that, it doesn't matter whatever level you're starting from, you can always reach there. So for sure, if you're not tapped into Eric Thomas, please, hey man, you need to tap into that guy. He's phenomenal.
Yep.
He is.
Any other sources of like inspiration that you felt have been a major role as to the motivation that you have that maybe you can announce here on the podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say one, my mother. My mother is one person who inspires me a lot. I personally feel like my mother is like a world-class counselor. Like, she's the one, one of the people who really ensured that I was a disciplined person, ensured that I was well-cultured. I was, when all my friends at a young age were going out to party, my mother is like, no, you sit down there and go read your book. Or before going out, she would say, send me their address, send me their names, send me all this thing. Before you realize, you're like, man, I'm tired. I'm not going anymore. Let me just stay at home. And the crazy thing was, initially, I disliked her for that. Because I felt like, my other friends are out there enjoying themselves. Why can't I do that? But I only realized the benefit of her doing those, restricting me a little bit from those things whenever I came to the United States and I was all by myself in a world whereby you have everything. You have all the distractions. You also have all the opportunities. You have the ability to just do whatever you want. It was those qualities, those attitudes, those, behaviors that she instilled inside of me before I came here that really helped me navigate myself. So my friends might call me, hey, let's go party or whatever. I'm like, man, I really do want to go, but I really do have to focus on this thing, right? I need to put more time on this thing I'm working on. And that was one of the things that, man, I can say my mother is truly the one person who inspired me so much to really, stay the course and to really just push myself to a different level. And I'll say in addition to that, just to close this off, is, she sacrificed so much for me, so part of my drive is being able to help and provide a much better life, for herself and my dad, so for me, those are big drivers for me. Another thing that drives me again is, coming back from Nigeria, is people in Nigeria, right? Because that's where I was raised. And I personally know what it was like growing up there. I was one of those kids who, we didn't have water supply, we didn't have electricity, we didn't have means of communication, we didn't have, means of transportation was just hard. So there's a lot of kids back there who have big dreams, who their dreams are dying every day because there's no one to support, there's no infrastructure for that. So for me, it drives me every day like, yo, I'm in one of the greatest, if not the greatest country in the whole world with so much opportunities and so much resources. Like, who am I? Like, I don't care. Like, yes, I have an amazing gym. I don't necessarily look at it like that. I look at it as, look, man, I'm just privileged to be here. And if I'm privileged to be here, it's my own personal responsibility to ensure that I maximize everything so I can empower myself. I can empower other people and actually help those who do not have, tad bit of anything we have here. So that's like what drives me. That's like what moves me every day to wake up. Even, I'm a human being like you, man. We have weaknesses. We have areas of our life whereby, man, we're struggling. Like, that's just the human nature. But, when I think about these people, when I think about my mom, and I think about those kids back home, or even people here struggling, it's like I have something in me to get up and do it again. I have what it takes to get up and fight through whatever it is that's in front of me. So, like, that's what drives me, But yeah, that's it.
It's powerful and purposeful, man. This is why I love this guy. This is why I love this guy, man. Like, you have created a system of remembering who you are and where you came from and the struggles. You put them in front of you with appreciation.
Yes.
And you're able to tap into an energy exchange that carries you through it all. Like, I mean, you're the type that I've heard several times. No need for pre-workout, no need for none of that. I'm like, good God, is this Western African genetics? Like, is this, or is this just how? Like, meanwhile, I'm on like 800 grams of caffeine, listening to him rant, and I'm like, Jesus, all right, let me just stop, throw this in the trash.
Right.
And yeah, man, like,
I feel it.
You are somebody that draws so much energy into an experience, and people recognize that. I recognize that. And, I'm inspired tremendously by your hustle. And, I want to know, and I want you to just kind of extract, like, what is like a day in the life of a schedule, a work day for you? How do you go about that? What are some rituals or routines that you have that are must and like that you visit on the daily?
Great question. I guess I'll give you a quick run through. So first is, there's a quote that I might not remember verbatim, but it basically says, if you want a successful year, prepare for the year ahead. If you want a successful month, prepare for the month ahead. If you want a successful week, prepare for it ahead. If you want a successful day, prepare for it ahead. So for me, what I try to do is every single day before the day starts, right? So first, I already have the year planned out. That's the first things first. I have the year planned out, I have the month planned out. Now, before the day starts, right, I go by, okay, what are the things that needs to happen? What are the top 3 things that must happen in this day that I'm about to get to? I make sure I write those things down. And also, too, the day before, I also look at this present day, right? Meaning reflecting on this day. Okay, so for me, I go by my reflection by saying, what are the things that I could have done better? And what are the things that I did great today? So one of the big thing is that you want to know the things that you did great. Mm-hmm. And you also want to know the things you could have done better at, right? You also want to know the places like, man, I didn't handle this so well. The importance of this is to know that it is to not sweep things under the rug, because it's very easy to just leave every day, act however way we want to, do whatever we want to. But whenever you reflect, it allows you to pull up those things and put in the forefront, okay, well, why was I so emotional in responding to this person? So that reflection helps me work on myself. The second thing I would say is before the day starts, I typically wake up between 3 a.m. or 3:30 a.m., right? And what I typically do is first I pray. So I pray or read the Bible, and then I would read a book, right? I might read like 2 pages or 3 pages, and then I work on my personal book that I have, It's extreme self-awareness, right? So basically, the book is all about knowing more about yourself. So I do a couple of questions on there, just reflect, get things out of my system, and then I go into my day, all right? As far as nutrition goes, let's touch a little bit on that. I say for nutrition, I really don't eat very early in the morning. I just hydrate myself, and then I eat later in the morning. Through my day, I'm training from 5 a.m. in the morning to 11 a.m. And throughout this whole time, I'm focused on what I'm doing. I'm pushing them, challenging them the whole nine. From 11 to 4 p.m., I literally have meetings back to back. Sometimes I'm running errands for the gym, for work, depending on whatever it is. And then I finish my day. 4 to 8, I'm training people again. And then from 8 to 10, it varies, okay? Just being real. It varies. Sometimes I stay behind to do some more work. And that's the time I take to self-reflect again before the next day starts. So I go over my day, look at it, what do I need to work on? Some work that I didn't have time to take care of during the day, I take care of it then, and then I just go into my day. Yeah.
That's a very structured routine based on vision, purpose, and time specifics.
Yeah.
So that's major, man. People need to hear that because we live in a world where, like you said, people are pretty much just wandering around and mindlessly going about the next day as they did the day before, and you pretty much hit it right where it needs to be hit, so that people realize, like, in order to really manifest great things, you also have to be very self-aware.
Yes.
And I feel like you're king at that, man. Like,
huge.
Really, you prioritize that like none other. So, I wanted to add, that you do have this business, this gym, but you also have another one that's also based on a bold statement that follows whatever you want to add. So talk about that other business that you run, and the mission behind that, and also that as a whole.
Okay.
As a practice for people's lives.
Yeah. So basically what he's talking about my clothing brand, right? And I don't even see it as a clothing brand because it's bigger than that, right? It's basically I am. And I am for me is like one of the two most powerful words in life in general. Why? Because anything you put after that I am is. If you say, I am stupid, that's what you said to yourself, right? That you are stupid. If you say, I am great, I am phenomenal, then you're speaking life into yourself. And it's very important that, we realize that words are very powerful. And that was one of the things that, for me, much earlier on, I did not realize, right? I didn't realize that I personally was the one that was telling myself negative things. And I allowed negative things to happen to me, right? There were times whereby I would just literally have like accidents, literally car accidents out of nowhere. I'm like, bro, I'm a good person. I'm trying to just live my life, but different kind of negative things, experiences. But I realized that I was always the one who was not speaking life into myself. I was the one who was I was not fully embracing who I am. And my old journey and why the All I Am movement started was because, again, I had to fight to keep who I truly am. Now, I don't necessarily routinely say, I am great, I am this. I personally believe in whoever you believe you are, for you to live that every day. So, for me, I would say that my I am journey was about embracing myself. And through the low times, through the high times, for example, my family, culture wants me to go to school, get a job, and, make regular paying money. Like, that's what they saw. That's what they felt is the life. That's what they felt would be good for me, that would make me happy and safe. But for me, I didn't connect with that at all. That's not who I am. And thankfully for me, I had an internship with Goldman Sachs. And every single day I'm in front of the computer, I'm just falling asleep. It doesn't move who I am. It doesn't spark any creativity. It doesn't spark no desire, no vision. So when I was doing that, actually, I felt like, man, I was working way too hard. And that was not incongruent with who I truly am. So for me, again, I am is embracing who I am. That's like what it is. It's not just only telling yourself positive things, it's embracing who you were designed to be. You know, whoever that person is, you want to embrace that. And it's not going to be just saying it, because it's bigger than that. It's a fight. It's a war that you're going to, because it's almost like the world is against you, or the world is not necessarily incongruent with that. You have to be incongruent with it and go after that. So I just sought out to go for that every day. And I realized that in our community, there's a huge amount of people who they're living life based on the environment, what the way they were raised, their culture, what somebody said, or someone told them they could not do it and they stopped, so they settled for something else. So who they truly are starts to die down, and someone else just starts to live their everyday life. So for me, the movement was, man, I wanted to do something that I didn't have to say too much, whereby people can just connect and just confidently, boldly, freely express who they are. And if it's by writing it, if it's by just knowing it inside of yourself that you are a great person, then write it confidently. Go out there every single day to live that. Like, that was why the brand was created. And I'm glad that I was able to put it the way we did, because initially when it started it was just I am with a blank. I did not know you could write on shirts. I didn't know that. But the guy that makes my shirt was like, hey, did you know you can write on it? I said, oh, really? Then he said, yeah. He grabbed a marker and then he wrote it. I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Right.
This is divine right here. Like, this is perfect, because now it gave people room to express themselves, because I feel like people will always want to express themselves, but sometimes there's no opportunity, there's no room for that. And I felt like the I Am brand just gave room for them to actually express whoever they felt they are, whoever they believe they are. And I strongly believe that everyone, whatever it is that you personally believe you are, you're designed for. Maybe you're not great at it yet, that's fine. Like, embrace that and just go all the way on that. Go all the way. Don't care about what anyone says. Don't care about what anyone thinks. Just do that thing, man. Because a lot of people in my journey have told me I cannot do it. They've told me I'm crazy. They told me, man, he's wasting his time. You should not be here. But I never listened. You know, even blood people. Yeah. You know, it's just real. Even your relatives will tell you those things. But, you know, it's just going after regardless of what anyone thinks. The person who knows who you're designed to be is God. In my opinion, that's the only person who truly knows who and all that you are. You know, so it's trusting that instinct. It always speaks. It always directs us. So it's being able to trust that, and I've been able to do that over and over. And it continues to lead me to different places that I can't even imagine. Yeah.
Man.
I know that was a lot.
Yeah.
But I hope you get it.
Precious, more precious than gold, man. Yeah. It's an awakening for a lot of us, you know. You're literally the frequency, the vibration, the healing energy that someone needs, you know, out there to catalyze or become free in an area that they feel restricted. So, you know, and you guys can follow his brand. You know, Prince Tundee, he has all his links on his Instagram, and I'm sure we'll put that on the, you know, the I Am movement. Absolutely. You know, beyond just clothes, you know, it's an expression of who you are. And, you know, I like that you make known the adversity that you've faced along the way, even when it comes to your own blood. And I'm very aware of that as well. You know, that's cut from the same cloth, right? Like how you can hear people that you've always wanted to vouch for you, not do that. And, you know, what are some pivotal means. I know for me it was like audios, like just bump it, and because I didn't have people there physically to encourage my growth. But you know, I would just pop those headphones in and let that speak through me. But what were some main outlets for you to deal with that opposition?
Yeah, I would say that's a great question, because sometimes, you know, you're surrounded by opposite forces, and you almost have to, and your environment plays a huge role in who you are, who you become. So for me, part of those things was I didn't necessarily have a lot of that, of people around me who necessarily just believed and saw visions the way I saw visions. So for me, it was, you know, listen to audios, it was listen to videos, it was reading books. I started to get into that, into reading books. And then part of those things too was my brother. You know, my brother too was huge. So I didn't me and my brother didn't grow up too in depth throughout our whole process, but there will be times whereby, you know, I'll call him like, hey bro, you know, I just failed this class. I studied so hard. I don't know why. I can't get to just pass. Like, bro, you know, I worked my butt off to really try to make an A on this test, but I got an F. And then one of the things that he would always do was he would always ask me questions. He would always say this: did you do everything in your power to make it happen? And I'm like, yeah, I did. And he's like, hey, think about this, bro. Did you really do everything in your power, like all the resources you have? Did you do all those things? And when I think deeply, I realize, no, I did not. And then he would tell me, oh, did you do this? I was like, no, I didn't. Did you do that? No, I didn't. Did you do, okay, yes, I did. But it's like, you didn't use everything. If you did everything you could, you would make an A. You'd get a B. You wouldn't just fail. And he was someone who was pivotal because, you know, I could always reach out to ask him some questions. Times I struggled. I personally like to deal with stuff myself, but, you know, I would say it was a great influence in that aspect of my life. My sister as well is also someone who is also pivotal for me, because, you know, she's the one who basically makes sure that the areas that I do not like to focus on, she's the one that's highlighting it, right? So my sister is those detail people. Like, if they say clean the mirror, she wants it like no spotless, right? But it's important to have people like that, because she didn't accept average. She was just that person. So for me, she was influential in my life because she did not accept average. She wanted the best of the best. And that's something that runs in my family. So my family would also be a great source of just looking for the best and just, you know, trying to do what you can, or trying to learn something positive, you know. So yeah, but those would be the means that I'd used.
Yeah, to deal with all that negative opposing forces. Man, powerful.
Quick addition to that.
Okay.
So also to all the negative experiences that happened to me, I always look at everything from a positive light. So all the hard times that I went through, that I've been through in my life, I always found a way to find the lessons in them. And those were the tools that helped me grow as well. Yeah.
It's powerful, yin and yang. There's always a light to a dark.
Yeah.
So and you're gonna find it and
absolutely
pull from that. Man, yeah, we pretty much had a great conversation there about everything. You know, one of the things that came up to me that I feel like this podcast can actually be titled as is like going all in and on yourself and letting that make a way, you know, like you did. You know, you said your brother, you know, and you teamed up to create such an experience that now we can all in Houston share into. Yes. And had you not been putting your best foot forward every day, like I know a lot of people are wondering, man, why doesn't it happen for me, or what does it take, you know? And you're literally showing that the ability to just focus all of your energy into a thing can lead to opportunities like this. And your life is a testament to that. So I definitely want to appreciate you for going all in and encourage everyone out there who, like he said, may have a talent or an ability or may not, to continue to try new things and dissect the knowledge from this information that he is practicing and manifesting great things as we are here today in a manifestation or in the creation of an idea that went from invisible to visible, right? The ability to just go all in that's all we need to do. It can lead you to making big things happen as he has. So Prince, we thank you for who you are. I know for a fact, me as a brother to you, as somebody who admires you from afar and near, I'm appreciative of you going all in, because I've kind of slacked, I ain't gonna lie, because I used to wake up earlier than I'm waking up now, and in many ways I've become a bit complacent, and now I need to start saying I am again, and speaking more life and being more grounded in those habits that we need to become more in this existence. So, I'm gonna make sure that everyone sees and taps in with your journey, and I'll make sure to tap in with you as you continue to rise, because you will, and there's gonna be more to come. So, man, anything else you want to maybe leave out there for the people watching? Whether here or from afar?
Man, I'll say be all that you can be. Be all that you've been designed to be. And it's not always going to be just greener pastures, but no matter whatever it is you have to go through, whatever you have to do to develop, to grow, to mend, to break, rebuild, whatever that thing is, be all you can be. Don't dim your light. Don't be the person dimming your light. And the world is, don't be the person to accept that. Be the one to be the light when there's none. So that's one thing I'll say for people to just be them. So if you see Prince Tundee every day, just doing whatever, just know I'm just being me. And I realized just being me, people actually love that. And there's nothing that feels just as good when you can just be yourself. And people just, that's him. That's who he is. And there's nothing better than that. I've not experienced anything that's better than that. Than just being able to just be me and leave me. It's huge.
Powerful, man. Well, Prince, man, hey,
my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. This is huge. First, I feel like this is an amazing, show, podcast. Like, this is big, because just with this, you give a lot of other people, someone like me, opportunity to share different things with other people. Like, aside this, I'm literally just busy doing in and out, but being able to just stop and get some of the tools, my own path, is huge. So I really feel great to be part of this, and I'm excited for where this is going to, become as we go. So this is phenomenal. Huge props to you and your team, Samir, Carla, the whole crew. I feel very honored and special to be on the first podcast. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Honored to have you, man.
Thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So make sure you guys tap in with him. We'll leave all his handles there. Support, his business, and just know that's going to influence and impact more people. And that's what we're here. Only quality vibes, Only quality vibes. OQV Nation.
Only quality vibes, man. And we have our grand opening. Ilekan is having that grand opening July 16. Please and please do not miss this. This is going to be, one that's going in the books. History is one of the first Nigerian-owned gym here in Houston. You want to be part of this. We believe everyone should come in here and just be one. Whoever you are, color, shape, size. We can't wait to have you guys. So,
boom. Saturday.
Say
the date again.
July 16, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to have 2 fitness classes that day that you should not miss. We're gonna have a step class, and we're also gonna have a Afro boot camp class.
Ooh,
Yeah, you all know how it goes down when, you know, we turn on the music and turn on the lights. So, hey, we can't wait for you guys to come celebrate with us.
Hey, well, much love, guys. See y'all on the next.
Let's go.
Appreciate it, man.
My guy.